I'm at the courts. I'm going to use the backboard. It's at Lake Park. They have two great backboards, and I'm going to use both hands. And if you noticed, I'm going to use one hand for forehand, another racket to backhand. It's a great way of practicing the contact point. A lot of times people don't have the skill, and they want to do too much with the ball, and all you have to do is put that racket in front and just push it forward. It's a great way. Start with a soft ball, and you learn how to hit both forehand and right hand forehand and a left hand forehand. And so later on in our video, I'll show you he can backhands the same way. So here I'm just making that contact point. That contact point was the racket straight out here and just forward up. It's like going up the stairs. It's a lifting motion, both forehand on both left side and the backhand side. So it's a lifting motion. It's like going up the stairs or up the hill. And so you just put the racket in front of you and just lift. It's a great way of practicing. I'm using the shortened racket. They call this we call it graduated length method. You start off short and you go medium and then you go long. And so that's a good way to practice. Start with your hand maybe perhaps in front of the contact point, short racket, medium racket, all the way down. Start with a soft ball, and that way you have more control. And just practice strengthening your wrists. If your racket's too far up, the ball's going to go up too high. And so you want that racket to go forward. It's like lifting. You're always lifting. So you got the racket and contact point and you're lifting. So here's forehand, right hand, forehand, backhand. And so I'm practicing back and forth, developing hand-eye coordination with a lifting motion. And that way I'm practicing. What I'm doing is practicing up the stairs. Now I'm doing a backhand here. If you want to do backhand, so you just put your knuckle on top and practice backhands on both sides. The right hand and also the left hand, and that'll strengthen your hand. Remember, when you use both hands, you avoid injuries, and so it's great to do repetitive motion. If you do too many repetitive motions on one side, you end up hurting your shoulder or your arm. So practice strengthening both arms, and you'll also be able to play both ambidextrous. It just is a matter of time. I've been every day I practice for 365 days, right-handed and left-handed at home. At home or someplace to make sure I'm always hitting both hands. I do ground strokes, volleys, serves, and so remember, it's a great way of practicing. Here I'm just practicing my backhand contact point, and when you hit a backhand, you're way out in front. Okay, if you notice, forehand's hitting with your knee, your backhand's hit that's much further. So if I'm in this side, my backhand's here, my forehand is here. So backhand, look how far in front it is. And the forehand's here, so there's quite a difference. So you have to learn how to get that racket out in front, and you need to strengthen up your extensor muscles. That's why you want to hit with the backhand and just practice the board and just see how many times you can hit. It's like hitting with the back of your hand. So on your backhand, it's like hitting with the back of your hand. So your knuckles need to be on top. Okay, on a tennis racket, it has 8 bevels. Each one's 45 degrees. It's 360 degrees all the way around. And so when you think of it, it's a complete circle. So it's important that you know how to grip the racket on a backhand. So your knuckles are always on top of the racket. It's on top of the racket. If you can see, it's on top. And your racket's vertical here. And so you're just lifting that ball. It's a great way to practice. I hope this is helpful.